Beckers. The WNBA ended last very versatile backcourt with Alston pick in the 2022 draft in her fourth season, telling to be guarded by Carly Samuelson. An addition coming over from Washington, and Cheryl Reed's talking about her before the game, saying that's a big addition. Here's Jessica Shepard, didn't play last season. She's in her fifth year out of Notre Dame.
You know, people talk a lot about the offensive prowess of Minnesota, but they are one of the toughest pressure-wise defensive players in the league, defensive teams in the league.
Smith inside, can't get it to go, knocked around, pulled up by Bridget Carlton, the do-all, every kind of player. Here is Samuelson. One thing that Chris Koklanis has preached is defense. He wants to be disruptive. He said you cannot allow Minnesota to go side to side on their offense. It's a beautiful thing, but we've got to disrupt it at the point of attack. Beckers, no. Gets her own rebound again. Paige Beckers, first professional basket.
The crowd is loving it. We knew they would. Even though there's a little bit of weather outside here in Arlington, the crowd came out to see Paige Beckers in her debut.
Go pour it up after the Olympic break last season. They really caught fire. They won 14 of their last 16 games. Collier inside. Talking to Melissa Smith this week about guarding fees. Says you got to be physical with her. She'll eat you up if you're not. Maisha Hines-Allen played for Minnesota last year after being traded over from Washington.
Yeah, I thought Maisha overshot that, had a really open move and a quick decision.
Hines-Allen's physical defense on Collier on the inside, and a whistle and a foul. WNBA. Actually spent some time here in Dallas. Inside, Shepard. Beautiful play. Foul on three. Played 21 games. Averaged 8 points a ball game. Didn't play last season, as we mentioned. Lynx up by one in the early going. Enrique being guarded by Samuelson. A nice pick by Hines-Allen, lost the handle. Shot clock at 5. Oh, beautiful pass inside. Dejanay can't put it away.
That was some good defense by Minnesota. That was good magistry by Dallas. Ooh, nice shot.
Courtney Williams with the pull-up. She is the queen of the mid-range jump shot.
Absolutely.
And the Lynx have a 5-2 advantage.
And see, right now, Minnesota switching a lot on these picks because they have the size, the depth.
Nice ball movement, opens up, Carrington, 3.
Good board.
Offensive rebound and the putback by Enrique. In steals and assists. She was telling us that her assists are going to go up this year. They've got more shooters. Inside, Samuelson bodied up strong. Here comes Enrique.
Got some numbers to see what Dallas does in transition.
Off balance.
Tough shot.
That's a shot that Enrique actually practices. Samuelson, she likes to shoot the 3.
You got to credit Minnesota's defense.
Oh, yeah.
They are giving it to Dallas on the defensive end with the pressure.
They are so disciplined, Minnesota is, both offensively and defensively. Courtney Williams from 14 goes 15. Shepard, offensive rebound, and she is going to be, it's a quad injury. She is on the bench. Shepard's such a big addition. Talking to her before the game, she is so glad to be back on the basketball court. She has got a big-time motor, and Melissa Smith is going to sit down for the Dallas Wings, and Maddie Seegers checks into the lineup. Maddie, of course, was one of the front runners for most improved player last season until she hurt the finger. Was out and extended. Here's Maddie inside, working on Collier. Tough shot, got it. The all-time leading scorer in Villanova history.
I love what Chris Koklanis said about Maddie, is that she puts pressure on the defense just by giving effort. She can get a shot. She doesn't need a play run for her.
Here's Williams out front. They really want to jam that point of attack. Carlton coming off a career year, back of the iron, no. Carlton last year a career high in points and rebounds. And when you play her, you got to take away her space.
Yeah, but you're seeing Minnesota make Dallas pick up the basketball way beyond the three-point line to start that off.
last one against the Toyota Antelopes, we improved. But he said we still got a lot of room for improvement on turnovers.
Nice.
Samuelson buries the three.
Watched her drain like 15 in a row before the game, just warming up that exact spot.
She is a career 39.7 shooter from beyond the arc.
Nice move.
Carlton with a rebound. 4-point Minnesota lead. Just about 5 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Opening night, sellout crowd here at College Park Center. Neither team finding the net. Both at 30% or less shooting. Enrique got it.
Tough shot. Not a whole lot you can do defensively with that shot. Pretty.
She is genuinely excited to be playing with Paige Beckers. Collier rattles it home for the three.
Ditto. Can I just run that back what I said on the other end? Because you certainly cannot stop Napheesa Collier when she catches and shoots.
You know, looking at the scouting reports on her, when they talk about her shooting three, Napheesa, they said efficient, and we're seeing that. Hines Allen, no. Collier, the rebound. Courtney Williams being handed by Beckers. Nice pass inside. Collier got it. Beautiful pass, though, from Courtney Williams.
100%. Courtney Williams just made that play happen.
Those two played together and unrivaled, and the foul's going to be on Asbury Festival. One of the things they're famous for. Let's take a look live. A lot of festivities going on today. How about that? That's the fans. They're about 30 seconds behind our shot there. But I'm sure when they see themselves, they'll get excited. There when his dad was playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is Pittsburgh going to do something similar for you? Pittsburgh?
Don't name a hoagie after me in an icy light.
I think they should. I think they should.
5-point lead for Minnesota. Inside of 3:45 to play here in the opening quarter. Cheryl Reed knows this team is in a unique place from where they're coming from. Such a strong base.
Man, the spacing Minnesota has in their offense is tremendous. Good defense.
One thing when you watch them last year, especially last season, they turned down a good shot for a great shot. Is Beckers. It's a great shot.
We'll talk about that. I want to talk about that another time with Minnesota, because the spacing, and now you say, well, what spacing? Why is that such a good thing? You got room to operate. You have room to maneuver and make something happen if the defense can't help because you're too close to the other offensive player.
Carlton can't get the three to go as we hit the 3-minute mark of the opening quarter.
Not a lot of movement by Dallas right now. Not a lot of actions by Dallas.
Beckers 2 of 3 shooting. She's got 4 points. Enrique. Raisha Hines. Allen, beautiful pass from Enrique Ogumawale, who averaged over 5 assists a game last year.
I like that pickup. WNBA champion experience with Hines Allen, but just a very mobile and skilled post player.
7-0 run for the Wings, and that's stopped by Carly Samuelson. 29 games for Washington last season. Her coach was Eric Tebow, who's now an assistant coach for Minnesota. He and I were talking about her before the game. Just a huge addition.
Is it Ty Harris making an appearance for the Wings? Come on, Ty.
How about that? Ty Harris. Ty Harris drafted by Dallas back in 2020, the 7th overall pick. They thought she was going to play limited minutes tonight. She's been kind of off and on in practice, but she wants to play as many as she can this evening.
Yeah, Ty Harris, one of the great South Carolina Gamecocks in college and beloved by the Dallas fans prior to making the trip to Connecticut.
Badian is checked into the lineup. The rookie out of France, the 30-year-old. He's an in Carrington. That is pretty with a capital P.
Fans going nuts.
And the Wings with their biggest lead of the ball game at 2. Again, Minnesota without 2 starters. Here is the rookie, Badian. Shepard working on Maddie Seegers. That's a pretty move. This team, they really consider her to be the X factor.
She is. She's got a nice bag on the offensive end. She's a nice compliment to Fee.
Maddie from the outside. Carrington fighting Carlton. Ends up into the hands of Natisha Heidemann. seventh-year pro out of Marquette. What a great addition she's been for this team. There's that ball movement. Look at that spacing you were talking about.
Yeah. You're going to get a lot happening when you have that level of spacing.
Opening quarter.
Nice pass.
Beautiful pass. Inside counted Diamond Miller.
You work down there low as a big girl.
All of Dallas starters on the bench. And Chris Poquanis, the head coach of Dallas, telling us before the game.
As well. Before Unrivaled, she was in Turkey, and then after Unrivaled, she went back to Turkey. So you can imagine she's played a lot of games in the offseason. So she's really just now coming back into the States and trying to get some legs back under her.
Maddie had to turn around and fire it away as the shot clock was winding down. Isaiah James, the rookie out of North Carolina State, her first appearance. Again, all the starters are out for Dallas. Collier with 2 personal fouls, can't get it. Maddie Siegrist trying to give her number 3. Nice shot, Maddie.
The third year out of Villanova is showing what she's got in her bag offensively. The fadeaway right there, creating space between you and your defender. Nice job, Maddie.
Well, you talked about it. She's not going to be outworked by anybody on the court.
Oh, nice.
Shepard, another pretty mover, second of the game. And Tierra McCowan
with consistency, but she's just a hard hat player. You know, you miss the culture that she brings to the lineup.
You know, watching her play in Unrivaled, and everybody, but McBride just stood out to me because she was dynamic. And she played with such a smile on her face. And Kayla, when you come back to Dallas, we look forward to having you here.
A lot of miles on that body to play in 2 leagues and then come back to the W.
McCowan lost the handle.
WNBA players on 1-year deals.
That's going to be an offensive foul on the inside. That'll be on Tierra McCowan. All of us, and it's one of the things she talked about. Williams, the 3, no. Rebound into the hands of another newcomer, Kyla Charles out of Maryland. Can't get it.
The speed.
On the other end, Miller. Nice hustle play by James, but she is going to be called for the foul. Boy, Diamond Miller, if she stays healthy.
On team, you spent a couple of weeks with people, you build relationships. Somebody's, you know, losing a job, so even if you're safe, it still has an impact on you.
Here is Diamond Miller, played 21 games last season, averaged just under 3 points. Her rookie year, she was on the all-rookie team. And Minnesota leads by 1. Their biggest lead's been 7. Dallas' biggest lead, 2. Hines Allen, the handoff.
Not getting past this Minnesota defense. They're doing a great job of switching. Hands up on the switch.
Hines Allen makes him pay with a 3.
Looks at somebody on the sideline and said, I got it. I mean, got it. All right, Courtney.
Courtney Williams tries to match it. No. Nice job defensively. Charles tapping herself the ball. Hines Allen said she learned so much from Cheryl Reeve playing for Minnesota last year. And she said to us yesterday, she goes, listen, anything that team's doing is because of Cheryl.
Yeah.
She makes everybody better and challenges you.
Oh, wow.
Aisha on the layup. Biggest lead for Dallas. Hines Allen with 7 points and 4 boards already tonight.
The way Hines Allen goes through the lane, it's like Mack track.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 coming through.
Breakdown defensively. They don't want to give Collier the easy one. Beckers and Arike Ogunbowale will check back into the lineup. Alyssa P. voted Cheryl Reeve #1 as best coach.
Yep.
And they also voted Nafisa Collier to win the MVP. Now, who called that last year in the very first game?
Season last year.
And I think her cute little daughter Mila is going to be 3 years old.
That's Nafisa, by the way. Nafisa.
Nafisa. In about 11 days, she'll be 3. Arike launches back of the iron. Williams gives it up. Heidemann has to hold it up. 6 minutes to play here in the opening half. Beckers, tough cover. Mismatch and had to commit the foul. Brianna Stewart did putting together Unrivaled. The success, both financially and on the basketball court, was
put a league together, recruited players to play, partners, along with Nafisa's husband, and it was great. I went down to Miami to watch the opening weekend. It was fantastic, great environment for women's basketball, and big kudos to Stewie and Fee.
Fun to watch.
Nice.
Melissa Smith powers her way in. The pride of San Antonio, Texas, excited to be playing in Dallas so her parents can make the drive up a dangerous I-35 a lot.
I think Mother Nikki is in the building tonight.
Collier, beautiful move on the inside, and the foul's going to be called. Collier will go to the line. Melissa Smith, she picked up her third personal foul as Collier continues to add to her points. She's got a double or 12 in the ball game. Last year averaged over 20 points a ball game. Was the defensive player of the year in the W. Enrique, no. And Enrique just pays Beckers and Nafisa Collier. Collier gets away with a little bit of shoulder. Numbers for Dallas. Enrique goes by Williams. Got it.
I love that decision so much. When you're playing club basketball, they say keep going until they stop you. Nobody stepped up to stop Agumbawale and got the bucket.
Not only did Minnesota lead the WNBA as Courtney Williams drains the jumper in assists, they set a new record on baskets coming off assists, 76.4%. And they take care of the ball. Only one turnover for the Lynx. Beckers, that is pretty.
Tough. There comes Minnesota.
You got to get back on defense. Diamond Miller, the easy two. The lead cut back to one. What a move from the most improved player last season, Dejanay Carrington.
So y'all just go.
Miller looks, launches,
Nice.
makes.
This is crazy.
I love it. Only took 26 threes last season, only made 5. And we are tied up at 38. Hines Allen working on Peely. Strong move, going to draw the contact and the foul. And Bridget Carlton back into the lineup. Usually a solid free throw shooter. Last year she was at 83%.
Nice
William
pass.
call. That's that pick and roll we were talking about. And
So
that
good.
is something they talked about in practice extensively this week. You've got to jam that up.
So good. And as Tiffany just said, you've got to play Courtney honestly, which is going to leave Fee open.
Beckers no into the hands of Courtney Williams. Williams, now they had a switch. Seegers picks her up. Williams goes around,
Good
kicks it
pass.
out. Miller on top. Collier for 3. Beckers pulls it away.
Ooh.
And Bridget Carlton's not going to like the call. The foul's going to be out.
It's just so happy.
Thanks, Bob. Enjoy the game.
As a father of 2 daughters, I can relate to that. Here's the great story is Williams dumps it off inside to Shepard, going to be fouled. But when Paige was like 11.
In every interview that we do with Paige, you can see, you can feel that level of gratitude and how surreal it is. And like this moment it actually got here. That's what Cheryl was saying before the games. Like she's been in the league for a long time, 20, plus years, and saying I've seen every.
Jessica Shepard having an outstanding evening. Has not missed a field goal. 5 of 6 from the line. She's got 11 points. Dallas coughs it up. That'll be only their 3rd turnover. Williams. Collier, tough shot from 13. A little strong. Paige pulls it away. That's her 4th rebound of the ball game to go along with 6 points. That's going to be a loose ball foul. They're going to call that on Maddie. The Pope is now a graduate of Villanova, and she may have connections.
She might be able to,
I'd be nice
lean
for
it in her direction.
Here's Diamond Miller. Miller, she's about to hit double figures. She's got 9 in the ball game. finally healthy right now. Contract was picked up. Huge addition to this Lynx team when she's healthy.
Yeah, 6'3" forward out of Maryland. I mean, great WNBA body, fits in the system of the Lynx. Nice ball.
Shot won't go.
Nice
pass inside, but a whistle and a foul before that. I was just looking at Enrique. She's had a quiet NBA in minutes played per game. Here's Dejanay Carrington. Last year was the breakout year for her, but she's told us at the beginning of camp her goal this year was to improve her shooting.
Most improved player again last year, 2024. Ooh, tough pass.
That's only the second turnover by the Lynx in this ball game. He said they take care of the basketball. Last year they only turned it over 13 times a game. And they were good defensively. Led the WNBA in opponent field goal percentage. Carrington launches. Collier pulls it away. That is her third rebound. 70 seconds left to play in the opening half of opening night. Becker's good quick hands.
Just loves the game, you know, says try not to set any expectations for what's going to happen this season, just to stay in the moment.
Carrington almost had the steal. To make another step. He doesn't want to skip any steps in building his team. Shot clock at 2. Shepard inside, backs in, no. Own rebound. Almost walked with it. Collier working on Hines Allen. Enrique comes over to help. Stepping out of bounds is Jessica Shepard with 45 seconds left to play. Beckers launches. .30 seconds left. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Moving screen on Shepard.
Scooted in Dejanay's way.
By 4, Minnesota's led by 7. Now they're going to call a travel on Hines Allen. She said, always a solid free throw shooter. Last year, 80%. Beckers. See Paige Beckers getting a level of comfort every time she goes out. Shot clock at 7. Hines Allen to Paige. Beckers lining up on Carlton. Works off the pick. Pull up. Collier had it, lost it. Foul's going to be on Carrington. Oiled machine.
Nice.
We know they will. Beautiful pass. Shepard has it knocked away. Beckers pull up, gets hit as she shoots, and she goes down hard. The Paige Beckers last year at Connecticut, 89% from the free throw line. Winner, 3-time first-team All-American. And you look at all.
And not in a way that she knows she deserves to be here, but as her dad said, what she's dreamed about all her life is finally a reality.
Tied at 48. Williams pull up, rattles it.
I can't get the performance of Courtney Williams in the playoffs in 2024 out of my head when she just knocked down one tough shot after another.
Hines Allen saw Jessie upped her game.
Nice move, Faith.
Beckers the rebound. Carly Samuelson quickly picks up Enrique. Carrington, tough ball away, air balls it into the hands of Bridget Carlton. Samuelson lets it fly, back of the iron, no. Melissa Smith poked it away, and it's a big jump in point production. Dejanay, 3-ball knocks it down. Her first of the game, and she goes to double figures with 11.
Nice shot by Dejanay, but nice penetration to beat two lines of defense by Paige Beckers to create that shot.
Williams tries to answer with a 2, and that's going to be a foul. Oh, I'm not sure if Mom would buy her a Christmas present after that. She gets all 3 of the free throws, and Minnesota leads by 2. These two teams are going to meet again. For Dallas, it'll be game 3, and that'll be in Minnesota. And I'm sure the Minnesota crowd will give Paige Beckers a warm welcome. Beautiful pass, Beckers inside to Alyssa Smith.
Minnesota stayed too long on the double off of that pick and leaving Alyssa Smith wide open.
Second assist inside. Collier gets away from Smith. The key to stopping Minnesota, one WNBA coach says, you got to keep Collier and McBride below their average. McBride not playing tonight. And in the 2 home games, Williams, Smith backed off. Collier may have dragged the foot. Outside, Williams buries the 3. 4 3-pointer made by Minnesota, and the lead is 5. Beckers way off balance, and she's going to go to the free throw line. That'll be at Bridget Carlton.
Yeah, Dallas looks a little out of sorts on offense right now. Not a lot of movement, not great spacing. I'd love to see Dallas get some touches and reps with the Alyssa Smith because she hasn't been very active offensively, and this is a player who's, when she gets hot, is very unguardable. So make
to move the basketball. Becker's trying to get in double figures with this, and she does. Dad watching is her and 2 assists.
The spacing and the constant movement by Minnesota. This is why you get an easy shot.
After the first pass, only 1 time did the ball hit the floor.
But can you get organized in transition? This is where Dallas is not getting immediately into their sets off of transition.
Samuelson guarding Enrique. Pretty move. Dejanay with a foul.
Big time board. On board by Dejanay Carrington. Again, though, you've got to guard these actions by Minnesota.
And Collier with the roll around. Collier with 20 in the ball game.
To approach the actions, the pick and rolls by Minnesota.
Paige tried to get through the screen. And Enrique is going to be fouled with 5:11 to play in the third. Stay in. Courtney Williams taking control of the offense.
Don't do him like that, Court.
14 points for Courtney Williams. She can score from anywhere. You want Alyssa Smith to do some offense, she's going to be fouled on the play.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Alyssa Smith facing the back for her to get the basketball, and Fee has just gotten the ball every single time she's wanted it. You guys deny that and then bring some help to her.
Again, the point of attack was the point of emphasis in Wings practices this week. Dejanay had a double clutch. Good defense by Bridget Carlton.
Stop the ball.
Carly Samuelson brought in to shoot. Shepard inside, uses the body. She's got a baker's dozen, 13. Biggest lead of the ball game. And Minnesota's on an 8-1 run. A lot of standing around Dallas offensively. Williams pulls the board away.
I think in that situation, you got to at least look to give Arike the basketball and let her make something happen. If you're Dallas, you don't let 4 trips go down the floor without giving her the basketball.
And again, right down the tunnel is Samuelson. Tips it right into the hands of Courtney Williams, the 31-year-old out of South Florida. And she nails another one.
Come on, Courtney Williams. Making them play her honestly. They know she wants to pass. She likes to dish dimes, but Courtney can shoot that mid-range. So if you give her any space, she's going to dot your eye.
Beckers goes down hard. Smith with the rebound. Foul's going to be. That's why she was glad to see the trade that brought her here. Here is Smith. She's got a half a dozen to go along with 4 rebounds. We go inside of 2:40 to play here in the third. Backdoor, beautiful Courtney Williams pass. Her 8th assist of the ball game.
Too easy.
She is just threading the needle. Ty Harris has checked in.
Now, I was going to say, we haven't said it tonight. Cheryl Reeves, one of the best offensive coaches in our league.
Oh, yeah. Maddie Segrist has 9. She gets the 3, her first of the year. The handoff, Arike. Maddie on the right side. Arike uses the left arm to make sure Williams can't get it. Timeout, Cheryl Reeves. Also checking in, Kyla Charles. She's going to pick up Courtney Williams. Charles did play 2 full seasons in the W. Didn't play in the W last year. Shot clock inside of 8. Maddie comes over for the double on top. Healy. Collier with 2 on the shot clock, knocks it down.
Tough.
29 points for Nafisa Collier.
Love Healy's decision. She was open, but a better look was by Nafisa Collier.
Arike, tough fall away. Courtney Williams, another nice play, knocking it away. Here's Collier. Right down the tunnel again.
Goodness.
32 points in the paint for Minnesota. The lead is 14. Collier with 18 points in the quarter. And Maisha Hines-Allen stops the run. Collier has added something to her game every year. Doesn't waste time, doesn't waste energy. Carlton, no. Healy, the rebound. And Nafisa also knows exactly where she wants the ball. Courtney Williams over Charles's outstretched hands for the 3.
Courtney Williams is picking up where she left off last year in the playoffs.
19 in the ball game for Courtney Williams.
Just giving it to him.
Last year, she was number 6th in the league in assists per game. Segrist with 4 to shoot. Nice defense by Collier. Charles won't get it off in time. This category. Healy, no. Collier, the rebound, tough fall away.
Good board by
pull it away.
Yeah.
That was Dallas's strong point last year, rebounding. Collier battling Hines-Allen. Nice shot. Good job by Kyla Charles.
It up. We're cutting to the ball. We're sealing. It's just very easy.
Charles wins the tip. Arike wants to get her shots. No, that's going to be an offensive foul.
Wait, what?
They're calling that on Arike.
Let me see here. Okay.
Stanford did have an acting school, I understand. Here's Maddie Segrist. fall away over Peely. No. Offensive rebound and the putback by Hines Allen.
Look, we got a whole fourth quarter here. Like, there's definitely not time to panic or anything, but Dallas has to get easier offense.
Got to get Enrique into it. Although Enrique with 14 points leads the Wings. Heidemann, nobody picked her up, so she let it fly. Here's when Enrique can turn that switch on. Oh, Maddie Stigers, great position inside, and Enrique with the pass.
Yep.
And we've got a timeout. Dallas outscoring Minnesota 4-0 here in the third.
Chris has them really working hard. They're physical, they're getting after it. Play the best so you understand what that level is.
Fourth pick in 2025.
Dallas Diamond.
Up ahead. Oh, what an interception by Heidemann. Up ahead to Shepard. Notice how Minnesota, when they make the catch, they're looking for the next person to pass it to.
Absolutely. You already know what they're going to do. Ooh.
Charles is going to go down hard, and Heidemann, she said, it's been a dream of mine to come back into the WNBA. I never wanted to give up. Just kept fighting it. And I said, who's the first person you called? She goes, well, I got down on my knees, and I thank God. Then I called my boyfriend in Spain. He plays in Spain.
Good order. Good pecking order.
Collier, 32 points in the ball game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Samuelson. Eight to shoot. Shepard on Hines Allen. Maisha playing good defense, but Shepard with her 15th point.
Very nice move by Shepard. Gave her space.
She has played a solid game. Exactly what Minnesota wanted.
See how much harder the offense is for Dallas, though? There's a lot of dribbling. There's a lot of extra picking and not great spacing.
Block out for the year. Paige Beckers is going to have to foul Shepard. That'll be her third personal foul. How about the Basketball Hall of
Class. 2 Connecticut players.
Yeah.
2 more Connecticut players going into the Hall, and Sue Bird and Maya Moore. I just always felt like Maya Moore, for the fan, didn't play long enough. And another Connecticut player, Lafisa Collier, future Hall of Famer, of course.
Definitely future Hall of Famer. Collier helped Connecticut win their 11th national title. Paige Beckers helped them win their 12th. Ball's going to belong to Minnesota with 6:27. Again, Minnesota's doing this without Kayla McBride and Alana Smith. But again, Cheryl Reeve knows that this team is unique. Said this team last year inspired a lot of people.
Yeah. They were really good, really fun to watch. Great offense, just played together, a lot of role players.
Paige Beckers can't get it. Beckers has 10 in the ball game, just 3 of 10 shooting. Here's Diamond Miller. Wings fan.
I think right now it's combinations. Chris trying to figure out which combinations are going to give us an easy bucket. And he's tried a lot. He's tried a couple of combinations.
Well, he told us before the game he's going to be using a number of different lineups tonight. And again, they're still trying to find the comfort factor. Carlton parries the 3.
You can't be late to the shooter if you're playing Minnesota. They just have too many guns.
Bridget Carlton's first basket of Texas head on the hunt. Enrique's pull-up, no. That was only her 11th shot of the ball game for Enrique. Wings, though, do have 4 players in double figures, and Williams adds to her total.
Stop it, Courtney Williams. Just stop it.
Wow. 21 for Courtney Williams.
Nice.
And that's Good sign for Deshaun Carrington. She has been in foul trouble for most of the game, playing now with 4. 17-point advantage. We hit the 4.5-minute mark. Collier looking like the MVP.
Man.
34 for Nafisa Collier.
Man, I literally am just shaking my head. Nafisa Collier is so good at so many things. But more than anything, her offense is effortless.
I think Cheryl Reed hit it on the head. She's an incredible gift to this league.
Man.
Fouls on number 10, Courtney Williams, 4th personal, 3rd team foul.
People to get Kelsey Plum. See, Reagan pays me to say her name.
Well,
Yeah,
you should be doing really well. Very nice.
And the talent they've got
Yeah.
on Golden State. Monique Billings, another player on that team, played with Dallas last year, and unfortunately her hardship case ran out. They had to release her, but anybody that watched Monique play last year knew she was going to be back in the league quickly.
Absolutely.
Free throws are good with 4 minutes to play in the ball game. But the lead is 17. Minnesota shooting 53% in the contest. They've only missed 5 free throws out of 26. Seven to shoot for Williams. Collier.
Nice pass.
Carlton left open, can't get the 3. But the offensive rebound.
Got to box out that offside rebounder.
6th offensive rebound for
my
Minnesota, and Courtney Williams. 23 points in the ball game. Collier again, 1 away from her career high. The spin move. Carrington can't finish. Shepard with the loose ball as we hit to 5 minutes or 3 minutes to play in the game.
I'm looking for the box score on the minutes. Has Courtney Williams even been out of the game today? Like, I don't feel like she's left or her presence has remained on the floor for the entire game.
Well, Collier, I don't think, has left except for just a couple seconds because she's in 32 minutes right now. And it keeps continuing. Courtney Williams runs by our table and goes bye, bye, bye.
Courtney says, I'm in my bag.
25 points, 9 assists for Courtney Williams. And here's that last play for Adam Courtney.
Well, when you're doing it